The controversy around the Joker movie continues to build and build. Tensions are rising. People are continuing to be more and more upset about this movie. And this isn't really what I expected to be seeing. I should have expected it because this is the type of movie that would, of course, upset all of the sensitive Sallys out there. I mean, when you have It Chapter 2 coming out and people are complaining about it because there's a vomit scenes in it, yeah. People are getting way too sensitive about their entertainment. So let's go ahead and get into this because there's some things that have been said from Warner Brothers, from Joaquin Phoenix, from Todd Phillips, the director of Joker, that is really good. It's really good stuff, and it makes me have a lot more respect for Warner Brothers and for the director and actor. So let's go ahead and get into this here. This is a letter from the family members of the Aurora Theater, where back when The Dark Knight Rises came out, there was that mass shooting that happened, which obviously, you know, was a horrible thing. I remember that opening night I was seeing The Dark Knight Rises, and it was later that night when we started to hear news about it, and it was crazy. It was really a really dark and scary time. But some of the families of the Aurora Theater sent a letter to Warner Brothers. We are calling on you to be a part of the growing chorus of corporate leaders who understand that they have a social responsibility to keep us all safe, reads a portion of the letter, who was shared with The Hollywood Reporter. The letter is addressed to new Warner Brothers CEO Ann Sarnoff and does not ask the studio to halt release or promotion of the film. Instead, it asks that the studio end political contributions to candidates who take money from the NRA and vote against gun reform, and use their political clout and leverage in Congress to actively lobby for gun reform. Keeping everyone safe should be a top corporate priority for Warner Brothers. Well, in my opinion, Warner Brothers shouldn't be in politics. You know, that's not Warner Brothers' place. Warner Brothers should be in the entertainment business. They should be making movies for us to enjoy, to go to the theater, to escape things, you know, to have an outlet. That's what Warner Brothers should be in the business of, not politics. And that's the problem with a lot of SJWs and with the woke crowd, is that they want the entertainment companies, they want Hollywood to be political. They want them to get in politics. They want them to have influence. And I don't want that. I want to keep politics and Hollywood separate. That's what I want. But as politics continues to grow to become the religion of the left, of SJWs, we're going to continue to see this more and more, where this is what they want. Anyway, so Warner Brothers issued a response. Gun violence in our society is a critical issue, and we extend our deepest sympathy to all victims and families impacted by these tragedies. Our company has a long history of donating to victims of violence, including Aurora, and in recent weeks, our parent company joined other business leaders to call on policymakers to enact bipartisan legislation to address this epidemic. At the same time, Warner Brothers believes that one of the functions of storytelling is to provoke difficult conversations around complex issues. Make no mistake, neither the fictional character Joker nor the film is an endorsement of real-world violence in any way, any kind. It's not the intention of the film, the filmmakers, or the studio to hold this character up as a hero. And anyone who thinks that that's what Warner Brothers is doing is an idiot. That is not what Warner Brothers is doing here. They are creating a movie, a story about this character that people love, that people have been a fan of, that people recognize everywhere. I would say Joker is probably one of the most iconic, recognizable characters in comic book history. So it makes sense that they would, want to kind of delve into what makes this character click, you know? And that's kind of what this movie is about in a way. I appreciate what Warner Brothers is saying here. I'm glad that they aren't just, necessarily just bending the knee or anything. They are sensitive and they're aware of the issues that are surrounding things like gun violence. But at the same time, they are still making it clear that this is a story, this is a movie, and the two shouldn't cross. And unless you are a crazy person or an SJW or anything like that, you know that there isn't any sort of cross between the two, you know? People are still responsible for their own actions, and we're seeing this more and more where the blame for violence that's happening in our country is being placed on entertainment. It's being placed on video games, it's being placed on movies. And I don't agree with that. People are still, at the end of the day, responsible for what they do. They are still responsible for their actions. If someone is going to go commit a terrible crime, a terrible act against other people, that is them deciding to do that. The movies, the games aren't forcing them to do that. Yes, that kind of stuff could have some influence, possibly. But at the same time, at the end of the day, it is still you as the individual making your own choices and making your own decisions, and that is your responsibility. So anyway, I just wanted to make a video talking about this. I'm going to be doing a video today as well, talking about what Todd Phillips and Walking Phoenix said as well, so we're going to get into that into our next video. But for now, this is what Warner Brothers has to say. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.
With my heart's desire.